Yeah, Obi.
Official Panso.
I think you and Fierso. If I can watch here or a tear for you now, only tear Ghana, I know me tear up on 10. But you might for Dominic in a chum the moon at Chapa or Qualanoka.
Yes.
Bar studio at check.
Yes.
Much a tear for you, I did to MPP for. I or my crowd of some BTA. BTA Semper. A baby, a banner brew.
Or my crowd was on BTS, so you doors, Papa. Oh, doors, Papa. And maybe my first question about after every election, say party elusua. Traditionally, the party see and it's almost set a committee. Say omonko round and ye party for a drink. Why you move face defeat na ebaye. In Momo party, no, must set the Professor Michael Quay committee. When who more terms of reference, when who membership of that committee, Ejuman or Masha say, and I say you don't know when they will start.
You can take committee no. I think say my home terms of reference. Okay. More say more 3 months.
Okay. Yes.
So more for and but I think it's a ugly across all the various NPP platforms. The issues are there. I think it's a quite fast we lose election.
Our platforms
that are write-ups, their cons, and it's all there. Until no idea back one, a first placer. Ombeko, Ekosiisen, 7 of 4 can go as most of the national executive officers. It was our platforms.
Okay.
Do also yes, I kind of what the shares will be other kind. They raise concerns about the suitability of Professor Michael Quay.
Yes, as chairman of the committee.
Because one, he was the chairman of the elections committee of the party, both presidential and parliamentary. It don't feel that he is part of the problem. These concerns have been raised. He's the party is part of the problem.
Professor Michael Quay.
Because so now we go to Aba. Now you to Aba, we go independent. We you are part of the problem. You cannot be part of the solution. And they wanted an independent person. 2, Professor Michael Quay with the MP, with the minister, with the speaker. He's in early 80s. When you want to fact finding, if you want to put a Jogati Namho, former MP, former minister, senior member of the party now, Atachia, Obi Amwa, Dambuchi. These are all senior members. They are all the assistants now.
Yes.
It's why Michael Quay.
General Secretary Chre must say, originally now a 2 separate committees. In issuing the statement, then because of my Jumani interrelated, 2 separate. They say Michael Quay, Gifty Eugene Boakye, and one other person. Mono share constitutional reforms. And there is another committee, relatively young people, never call round. Akwa concerns across the country. Into a movie because of my Jumano interrelated, no, they would issue one report, and that's why they decided. They said then the senior member in there, no, and chair. But he's not chairman because he will be going around to do the legwork. No? That's the explanation of the
next question is constitutional reforms. This was for the first time.
Okay.
AAB 2010. Okay. Oh, trade fair.
Okay.
AAB 2018 Kumasi. The secretariat was opened for members, stakeholders to send their submissions.
I'm going to send the submissions.
I know my Kuku and MNTS here. Call you man saying, oh, General Secretary.
Yes.
Open the secretariat up for a month or 2.
Members.
Don't bother you be now. Don't bother you. You open the secretariat up. Obia one reform or the amendment or whatever. We are now binding in the fat treasurer home, the fat constituency home, the fat region. We are binding in near Chama constituencies, 276. Near my overseas for to be all the other bodies. I'm OBAB. Now, partners started discussions on radio like this, education, for about 2-3 months. By July, they call conference. Why should it be a committee? The committee recommendation they are bringing. Is that what they are telling us? Because that will be rejected, that will be resisted, that will be rejected.
So committee the recommendations.
Yes. Now how can they do that? The best party with that. They make money here, no money Ghana Hana. They for the blade and Jombo, no money Ghana. You must open the secretariat. That's your job to take submissions from the party.
Yeah, but he says that some of the submissions are, but they forward it to the
and committee. And I will say, and yet a party for you see, most must set up email. The person who access to email Ghana. Obitimi Krumba my only email. How are you supposed to forward his concerns? It will be a secretariat to all regional secretariats. including the national secretary, must be opened up.
It will
be on Franco, near more warning around Yamajuno. So because some baby or to Professor Coinum Coye amendments, the Aban, as I'm understanding. So Moko become their party. Who accept this? Kenya grow. They are key and normal man of a constitutional man. We have to address it.
Yes.
And we will touch on some of them. Young Timmy Town will be going from. No, dear, the party will resist it. I'm telling you.
And to you would want to see, say, your beer secretariat, no be out finding member, you bind it.
Yeah, you be paying. McMahon ye be. Yes, McMahon ye be or trade fair. What's he say?
Yes.
Nanu ya John Boadu a ye be. Why should this be different?
But said John Boadu and McMahon Diano, and yet. Memo receive no still some people sat down to distill and take out.
No, what they did, they say,
yes,
if you are not make constitutional organization,
yes,
now OB so constitutional organization.
My no album.
The canning in Abuma, near a booklet.
Okay.
Now I'm check.
Okay.
It's there we started discussions. Because okay, police stations, police station executives, Oma Mwaying, it's na nipa amendments or
okay.
That's how you do it. Your mother did it. In 4 years or 4 years. In 2018.
Yes.
There are about 6 years.
2018.
And 7 years. Yeah. And McMahon should be in the same time. What you say?
Okay.
When me who the how Professor Makoko be say Juma because omo na ko transfer constitution be party no. The SSN the any concern. And I say party manual. I said yes, sir. Yes, sir. MPs, former MPs, former this. Say this. This is not clear.
Okay.
They must come and clarify.
There should be clarity.
Yes, there should be clarity.
Very well.
Now they are tossed to be. They are tossed to be. And I'm person make one say. There should be a timetable. They say executive say we omo pro by we.
And how much more we
and I say omo pro about tree na make.
Okay.
Omo pro about we so your co-election you lose. Say the paper party we have a pickup, we have a t-shirt, and we have a sky. You don't want to hear that. There should be direction from the headquarters to forestall Sanoma winning in Asakasama and go for starting. See, we have a way, you must concentrate the minds of the party people. How do we concentrate the minds of party people? It's by doing such things. One, we be secretariat for to receive amendments.
Okay.
Two, we want clear timetable.
Say yes, Uncle to a baby.
All this will inform what they are doing. All this will inform it. And this conversation, I've had it personally with a personality that me person boni din.
Okay.
Because me need permission.
Okay.
So massa, ade aye bi da no. We don't reinvent the wheel. Aye bi da. Party in the mumiem no bi am fa ne de emra. You be a kesi ani a ne yedi hu nkomo. Where's the timetable? Because they say we are careful. Adapecha allegations, counter allegations, accusations, that is what we must prevent. Because it will lead you up to watching and dirty learning in public. It is saying, "Baby, apart from so, at least some say environment will be started. Baby, Saturday the next cost me na another brassy." What I say? Because we are on those platforms, we see what people write day in day out. Is that what we want? And no matter they say no, we be no was so any sneak see people be a crabby. What I say? It's who feel say MPP platform, but now we be to want to so crabby. On no any party wants some change. Why? We are party.
And you are for early Congress to elect new executives.
Early Congress.
Okay.
What I'm trying to say is that amendments near the ban and they be determined.
Okay.
The next step. Amendments near the ban. They say before we say you collapse polling stations.
Yes.
What I say?
Yes.
And I expanding.
Now card bearing.
I say this with a lot of difficulty.
Okay.
Because I am one of the key architects of that 5-5 expansion. I'm NPP Eugene secretary.
Okay.
And you're by. In about 2005.
Okay.
But Chairman when you can see a 12 yen ko enu bia ka se odi tiana na wo ya ma no tien to about 2010 they call amendments no. I have great difficulty in sometimes trying to, because I be a man, elections in Prenuma really. I don't see why but the customer won here and no my cost you tuaba. You tuaba is the AT&T, the hanky panky. You understand?
Yeah.
TNT Obi te compound na company na sapna na fie wasafo compound house mu oba man TNT ebi o tibi 2,000 between 2,000
yes
or a delegate
yes
okudu fie a onka na no ntum o ti yare ufufu a na onka odina yi odigwa odwuma na dana no ya na to be artist capena na so apija so what you say so straight away no no gisada gele ke na koye ye no
and onya ska
we and then clown of one to that is the thinking.
Okay,
so how do we proceed from there? You must expand the college. We say card bearing.
Yes.
But do we have a card that a whole senior with my card bearing? Or do you have to speak to vendors and bring
develop new party cards?
Yes, we can do that. And the sank of all kind of infiltration. I don't believe in infiltration. Because Oba Subin, for example, now me were 10 electoral areas. You were Oba baby say Asafo. Asafo your 3 coordinators.
Okay.
Party for na bi o me executives na bi fi Asafo. Into be the me mienu me se fi Asafo. O kan you nipa 6. It's ye sa card bearing for we are. Party Ghana obi ani be do obi you. We this ni we obi ani. We are constituency coordinators and a party in Penfua. I said yes, say on back transfer her album. We'll be this. We can yes, find validation. We have validated the album. We can take them. Yes, it can be done. It can be done.
Because NDC for tribe, you know.
They be some man try their making. Their making say you should anywhere. What I say? Say yeah, card in every jatum. Fancy and go for a bag and a card margins for your commission or. One by card card also must be polling station specific.
Yes.
It won't be free railway police station subing
MSC
Mablikuma South Emetwaba. And what I say?
Yes.
It say yeah police station no. Now maybe Emetwaba subing police station 708 AR. A whole my register.
Okay.
Even if at West there's no police station, there's an electoral area which I fall under. You understand? It's a bad sape. A bad day say, I say easy for pin sheet. No, who say a police station specific.
Yes.
It wouldn't be for to be the enco bantama. And then before bantama the enco.
That's true.
What I say?
That's true.
A card is one way of dealing with infiltration. Because will be any movie. The bad days will be free baby. Anymore. Then number 2, after the compilation of the album, that's where the party people come in. The coordinators and the constituent executives, they sit down and do validation. You may be out to be as a 1 month to be a well anymore. They say the easy for you know. 1 man, you feel questionable credentials. You take you out. What do I say? Let me go back to the card. Card now, the card no embedded in that card no must be a mechanism for dues collection.
Dues collection.
Yes, which is very important because you remember be a dues no I remember. A quite by dues, right? Which dues we are. There must be a mechanism so a microphone may yes a mad rush payment of dues. It will be a good job we do some yes, sir. It has a 3 months piano. Where won't you do the system will take you off immediately off the list. You understand?
Yes.
There must be a certain technology with my son way now. It will be a 3 months to pay the dues. The dues no, the bus will be trying to fit. Maybe a 20 pounds, 20 CDs a month.
Sure.
I finish 240. So you have to better say 200, not 14. Partner discount to a man. Then let me bring in another point. Role of your former MPs and appointees like the ministers, MMDCs, director generals, managing directors, chief executive officers. Almost you can't party creme de la crema. These are the people. Into a we can get over I can pay like 5,000 Ghana cedis every year for the support of the party. So that's how we are on to Abanabi. I didn't see that. Obi say His Excellency Isaac say, Honorable SK Boaf. I didn't assume it to be. It is ODMP in the Jumasan party the manner. But rather you have people, vulcanizers, say seamstresses, tailors, and almost talk be someone to come and be delegates. Bankroll for our party, no, almost some party, no, any munyam so no, they are taking off. As you said, doesn't have a vote. SK Boafo doesn't have a vote. What you say? How do you expect them to participate? We have to find a way. I said, Omutimi talk constituency elections, Omutimi to be, they have to have a vote. As Omutimi talk regional elections, Omutimi to be, they have to have a vote. As Omutimi talk national, Omutimi to be, Omutimi talk presidential, to parliamentary, and no never want to be reduced.
By extension, then that's the former constituency executives in answer to about.
Sir, you cannot compare the two.
Okay.
When you become an appointee, what do I say?
Okay.
Sabi, we need the resource mobilization was so. It will be all form.
Sure.
What I say?
Sure.
We are talking about people who because see you are making them members or delegates to in a way because it's an exclusive club of people. No, who just carefully on home. You can't just be say, "Papa escape what for say." Won't you 1,000 cities a year for the use of which because also abandon to be.
It's true.
What I say?
True.
Yes, they say some of you Lusu primary spec. I say, "Akotna baby." Then we have these people forming your electoral college. What I say? Omo de bia on be just free for no when electoral college no. But omo a party no, omo di party name at certain points. In omo lives, no. They've been excluded. They all have to be brought back because all you do, sir. Some of you need to make do now. What I say? So who pays cash for your party? You say, some of you need to because financial be say, Benasanti, Yanagas, or your squani. But the cheaper if you are something Jansa to free and the appear could be consumed. Okay. Sani Power will be post in fear what your party. Now you're to be. But I can't talk on this call. Let them bring these people in. Let them rope them in. No more say to about Constantine Achimas or so to encourage one party. But some people say we will say now no an integral part of the party. You understand where I'm coming from?
One of the reforms that should come.
Yes, they should come. Because we are not making use of our creme de la creme. It will be loose election one no free on Namo. But this will be no minister no resource and now our body people system here ska with me be edeba party no. We don't make use of them. And because they're not part of the system anymore, how do you go to them for money? So bring them in, rope them in. No make a system, no make a now Argentina Sebe Nipa no former MP, no to be into Aba. Buzaho. Yes, Buzaho.
Yeah. It doesn't make sense.
Yes. Or former MP. Escape wafu oko submit oko 3 times I go say 2 times mako 2 times ye to aba mum for organizer no am ye movement cannot be to aba e president ye MP man
now won't mean
to ye to national elections won't mean to be national executive won't mean to be ye to regional elections won't mean to be ye to constituency elections won't mean to be next is nizari panel ke say knowledge obenya bi obenya e bia no ye da to wa bi o na party no esura na ye kasa say yankrofo ni yankrofo that is another way of bringing these guys on board so that we can get money from the opposition. You need money. Yes, we have to make this party independent of everybody, anybody. But yes, my one say the BIA program is a president. That must stop. The president is a member of the party. And if you want to say or empire bia or that bibiano, he's a member of the party. We should not overburden or over rely on the president. Oh, yes. And also, and the man will be who Koswa, well, you'll be compromised from the word go. What you say? Party be a building piano. Labour Party, women like elections.
You are independent of the
executive. It's a bad sally a cabibia, a bosu, a human.
And no, Ebiaka said to resolve that, no. Amend your constitution and make sure, say, at every point in time, the national chairman is the leader of the party.
It is the case. It's only when a presidential candidate is elected.
Yes.
Now as we speak, Stephen Tibi is the chairman of the party.
Yes. But when a presidential candidate is elected and he wins power to become president, he will be leader of the party for 8 years, and 4 years. What that means, Nese, automatically the party becomes subservient to him.
No, say it's because of how our party has structure. What they are saying?
Yes.
They are structured party in such a way, say, as a dependent by your presidential candidate, pay resources in our corner. You are gonna for be pay you man, now people's be or the command. Yes. Yeah. What they are saying?
Yes.
It's then I want a woman who party, you know. My point is say, by campaigner, you're gonna go fight for power.
Yes.
Now we are never say about appointments. May have been briefed, say John Mahama, President Mahama, and then appointed to be Biano. Say the team B, 50 team B. Yet I speak from experience.
Yes.
Me time President Kufuado and Mami
deputy minister
as a deputy minister. The bedroom Kumasi am call Jubilee House. One the 10 office.
Jubilee House.
Me real mama tell us na me near Kumasi and so.
So ebe inside.
And a president me kasa. Say Eugene we deal with machi bra wa breme ho de nyame adom aton super gu ade aye so but wa betena ha ntimi so de mo ma oni woni me near Kuma tachi an konko ye adwuma. Mami, me say obeti manim. As what catch me there was no party chairman, there was no general.
Na obi any ho.
Etime, edwuma president who wad man na ye me ntem asem. Do you understand?
You are not beholden to any party.
Sir, you say basa. It is a John Bodu frame me para me fino. Se feri blebe me para me fino. What you say? Be ni say ban sa. And say ban say kam ko no muti hobi. No mu cry so mu kwa na converse president my president dey man me. What you say? Episode 90 sir, but at least say say can Eugene president ni akasa yes say ni say na I say also can be atoso. What you say? Amane sa pe straight away no. I say okay obi aba be win power we are. And then for support me how do you grow a party like that? How do you grow a party like that? How can you grow a party like that? Because the party has no say. What I say? But in any democracy, the party is supreme. America, Britain, baby, the party is supreme. System I practice here, a hybrid of Westminster
and the American democracy.
But America, party is supreme. Britain, party is supreme. Is it the choice of our leaders? Sure, for example, you must have a code of conduct.
For
timer, your oppositioner, your so much for the ministers.
Okay.
And opposition so much for the
party leaders.
For the candidates.
Okay.
Because and it is in your code of conduct. Ubiako or MP, what Timenia 70%. I want in elections. I'm talking about general elections.
Yes.
You go in and sit him. The high attrition rate in parliament, is it helping our democracy grow? Is it helping it? Yes. So the panel core there be more number. Maybe only 70 what 55. Maybe it's okay, yes, son. What's the criteria? And one said, Ubi at the bedroom, maybe no. Ubi could try no year no, Sumasia, you may bring a scape or some seat or banner or a seat.
There should be some regulations on why
every MP, parliament, every quarter, the SO constituency 3 times. We are monitoring you. Beyond that, you know, every FNSABR, every election, when you are below a 70%, you must do that. It depends on the SOA. What you say? It's so unfair, say. Anyone who said, "Me, Papa, Hackman, should be able to say the Ekosiisen campaign." Start here, a parliament, a government business, 8 parliament. I'm going to campaign. Party, what is the where is the discipline? Where is the discipline in this party? Where is the discipline? Parliament, a government business. No.
Now, I'm for
a campaign. Every single person. It happens in every constituency. And so now they are a year back.
But when they were specific, say, for national executive position, constituency region, see are the focus of the party. They say, Monsha Kwaya Mofasu Lusuye, into campaign for positions in the near future. No, also hold it on.
Your party or constitution, let's say, you be a mere nomination, will be to be contested.
Yeah.
Will be to be
campaign.
But people are doing it in our backyards. Opa friend, yeah. And they grow yesterday, and they can say, we start a campaign.
Yes, swear, or moving.
Men make will be Pubio 2028. It's Yana Sansemo, a bar, no, it's all leadership. It's all leadership. Yes, 7 men, never disqualified. We have new so be a bejay. By a canny Janice, we are down for the way, we go school, we go fast anyway, in Simple Sabio, in any other party.
Now, sir, no, so no, so also a general secretary, and now also 1 and 4. And also you can favor some of them.
We don't a kind, the Rocha can say, political party, it is an English country club. We don't have to be friends, so.
Yeah.
Meet me the way you man away, madam, you find your politics. When you're a leader, you work with everybody. What I say, that's your job. To bring everybody together and work for a common purpose. Well, constitution of the NPP say every 4 years, we actually win political power. Simple as that. What I say, a crowd of us will be winning, and you more leaders, no, and more Emma. What I say, I don't want to be specific on certain positions. You want better be feasible, not better. But clearly, say a koto aba. Na yes, say, memo interest. Say Obi Wimmehi, it mean go to Obia. Are you building a party? No, are you building a party? Because you know, I to me MP and 17. And by 4 say number 4. Political party. And they be an free no I say compound house at what you say, Obi so be Obi so gas. What you say, Obi so electric, Obi out the oil. But when you are motive, Obi a tram banker. What you say, 80 so catch you be say, we men penasem. and I wait there. Why when you my way, why maybe make sure no, and I'm here to me. You're not building a party.
But you credit the current executives at least. Last primaries, no, largely it was well organized.
No, it wasn't.
The last primaries.
It was not.
And your presidential, no.
May say it was not.
Parliamentary?
Now, if you say party, no say, you disqualify will be here.
Yeah.
What do you mean by then? What's the point of the Constitution? Constitution clearly says that the person must be actively known in the constituency for 2 years. Men, I'm Troy. Yeah, the question I get to.
Yes.
And why buy in a for 2 years in the constituency? You see, you have to know that it's good. Don't let us personalize it. Yes, say that you must be known at least 2 years.
Yes.
This is a provision in the Constitution. Party in a Congress. Yet people contested. They were not even known in the constituency.
Into the notion, say, young disqualify Obiano was bad.
Now, how can you say that?
To start with.
But you way, Memusa, who American visa? Your man 5 years. Now, Sakoja, I'm for for.
Overfell.
In the 5 years, I called you, but I in jail. Maybe I know Unya Miss Mina, I mean, convicted. Maybe I know in your own passion form also. It is near primary, sir, who's obedient, Ubia and Kubi. And for the answer. And for the answer. Me, Metia, I could spend millions of cedis on a primary election. What you say? Sky me spend the year. You win here, you be the money, and woman is cast on Banco General election, and half of that amount. Yes, I've been a woman. Sabe Boka and said 10 million. You be the money, and no 5 million. Yes, I've been a woman. It is some man, yes, I've been a woman. And we'll go to 35, and what the woman if you consider a bufukra. We make a development fee. What is the development fee? Obiacha one nature constituency. In fear 9, me every year, me spend 500,000 Ghana cedis
on the constituency.
KD Bronyan, and one me swako in Sofu, headman, also Omobiabi. Every year, they ask them to come and pay 35,000 Ghana cedis
as development fee.
What is the sense in that?
Now, a man of the clearance to come and contest.
To contest. What is the sense in that? Where are they back when they say you took the cry?
But I don't know. What do you suggest, Sanka?
The party is very clear. Your eligibility and qualification.
Okay.
Okay, it's very clear.
Okay.
Yes, say you must be known 2 years in the constituency. If you are not known, you are not known. It's simple. If you are known, you are known to the executive.
But known by whose standard?
By the constituency standard. Now, say from there 1996, I told you should be only president should be anymore. So it will be heading. At least only bank out. It's any more or any winning. What you say? It's a constituency na juma. Say obi so aba. Ebi anapa fie wa ha not here. Eba ko busa. Many free abrochi ebe gina subi no. Efi am free machine mo asafo. National Security for conference in 2007. Just to check say one free ampa. Ko bia so a me club ni bia na mo tifie ho. There be ono bia na ofi not ho. Tom ko no ko pie no. Na me dan ha na e wo no. Mo akere wo mo. Na get on we say checks no. So they wanted to show and show. They wanted to show that me cry me na see side 1952. Yeah. Cry me even my eligibility was being questioned. It is done. That's what the national security is there for. What do I say? And now we America for a year. Almost say Hexet, your interviews on here. Or say they need a FBI report on him. Now national security my man saying. You might as well party this information. Say the pandemic will free her. I know free her. You know what you want to know. Into why don't you get all these reports?
On the issue of amendment to the Constitution, I just checked more Constitution, Article 19. I don't know so how you can open. Or say amendment to the Constitution. Every amendment to this Constitution shall be made at the National Annual Delegate Conference, provided, however, that no amendment shall be made unless... 19? No, Article 19 of the Constitution. Sure. Article 19 of the Constitution, yes. And you say, provided, however, that no amendment shall be made unless A, notice of such amendment has been submitted in writing to the General Secretary not later than 2 months before the National Annual Delegate Conference. B, the General Secretary has circulated the proposed amendment to every regional and constituency office at least 1 month before the National Annual Delegate Conference. And C, at least 2/3 of the delegates at the National Annual Delegate Conference cast their vote in favor of the amendment. When a constitutional provision, also the Ekosiisen, a digressive from way. Notice of such amendment has been submitted in writing to the General Secretary, not later than 2 months.
To who?
To the General Secretary.
Into the General Secretary.
No, so we're affirming some now.
Yes. Yeah. And this, I don't have to come and sit here and say it. Unless you don't know your job. For Christ's sake, we are dealing with lawyers. And many lawyer, but a clear black and white definition of what we just read is that it must go to the General Secretary.
Yes.
And that's what the first time I be McMenu be Freddie Blay be. Why should it be different? It was say they okay because we are be registered by the party. I'm on into because a constitution says that. What I say, the constitution says a man quine.
And Macquine said in operationalizing General Secretary can set up a special committee to do that.
What do you want to say? What do you want to say? Constitution say be secretariat no be a war. I mean be on Tromrel. Yes, I'm Eka.
Yes.
To all the good most. I would man who delegate mo be now delegations and many Pacrono. Ni Pacrono only baby but General Secretary who a 16 regional secretary to Mshawase. They wait maybe on offices. They don't have to come to Accra. It may be Subina more amendment.
Yes.
I can just walk to the regional office, go through moves, a bantimo, now I'm handing over. No, open baby at. You understand? That is why he's saying the General Secretary is not saying Professor Michael Quay. And this from me is the constitution talking. I mean, talk of Faber. And of course, I knew on top of my head. Was yeah. And why should be different? Nobody should try and circumvent the provision of the constitution because it shall be resisted. See, let's do what is right by the party. Yes, sir. There be the rules of the game are spelled out in the constitution. Let's all abide by it. Me, I'm not a lawyer, but I can think like one because I've been trained like one.
Okay.
But the make a choice said constitution can we are. Who a lawyer? So now no up friend. The constitution can only the constitution Mwebra. Oh, say lawyer want me no. On the more questions I know you.
Honorable Eugene Boakye.
Say a Mwebra. Because near the constitution can you koso. And I make a choice say and before you're ready. We don't want any embarrassment. They should go by the dictates of the party's constitution. It's as simple as that.
Very well. In the near share reforms are we expect to say ebeba. One of them so about up ne say time I am with the two about national executives. It the said the last one I'm here was in 2022. And I'm to executives take over more just 2 years to prepare for the next general elections.
That's when we are in government. Originally, some night here say Wabemwa, internal elections don't go 4 years. By your opposition and Casa.
Okay.
Yes, you can call them butcher because this 4 years, a band President Kofo. Say Wabemwa, election, no, instead of 3 years. First 3 years, Kofo. Who they because we are in government, don't want to destabilize anything. But when we are in opposition, it doesn't have to be 4. What do you say? Because you say no. The grassroots is looking for direction from the leadership. What I say?
Yes.
Now, with these appalling numbers and the result, and at the polls, and they do almost 2 or more.
You think they should resign? And I said,
no, they don't
call it for fresh
don't
elections.
have to resign.
Okay.
Resignation is not part of the lexicon.
Okay.
What they must do is to take steps to organize our elections.
New national executive.
Let's say because almost 30 years no way.
Yes.
If you don't have to spend the 4 years, we are no more in government. Me say as make you can call them butchery. Me can't president for time. In a Saudi and buy. We're not yet 3 years. Then they call 4 years. You have to give them room. But you're in opposition now. Who percent for static aside will be answer. If you will do what is right, concentrate the minds of the party members by giving them what they are due. Yes. Professor Quay, committee, and you more no. If you say Justin could you want could you should open the secretariat up? That's what the constitution says. No one no money in writing. No pay team, no buy the thing and starting distribute. No do no and we get to about.
But say omo call for Yemfa say almost started putting your mind in place one person more elections. Why am I be a delegate? Are they more be top bottom?
Yeah, be reforms now. The reforms in the electoral college. I'm not sure about former appointees, former MPs.
Okay.
They have to be part of that, the new or the defendant say the proposed amendments.
Okay.
So I will say what be should be former MP, Honorable Sanse Kwaku or a delegate.
Yes.
Former MP, Honorable Isaac or a delegate. Me a delegate. Here to about constituency level you vote, regional level you vote. You bring them in. In 2 years, can be not so to about the video.
Into a bit here.
Now, you are dealing with your creme de la creme. These are people with resources or who have access to resources to help the party. Now, be a police station executive because we 20 cities square and asem. Go to our party Hano. But what you will be to say, honorable Isaac say, a delegate. Naga soon to 5,000 you be try. What they say, and you are going to mobilize money. And you see, you cannot exclude that exclusive category of people. Do you understand?
Yeah.
It's high time they were brought in. What they say? Yes, to be delegates. Now, president, I also want to be. MP also want to be. Who will do that?
What do you also make of the proposal? Say party ne to abayi flag bearer. Na flag bearer no forming a campaign team. And what's that of forming a parallel campaign team aside nationalism? Intianka on my party na run a campaign.
Say, yeah, I have difficulty. You see, the reason why I keep saying, say, you hear credible party members of integrity.
Yes.
As well as seasoned politicians with impeccable track record, like former ministers, former MPs, to take the charge of rebuilding this party. I don't know.
A issue of integrity.
Sometimes, no. And in national officer, be a position of pay, no. And all capacity, no. Remember, example, Bram Subi, for example, was one of my MP for 8 years.
Yes.
I've dealt with 34 executives in the last 8 years. Ubabana pa for per year juma Omakadina omna mosa
Omakwaji position so
yes. You don't have the capacity. E dubo mu say national executive da hosa no e bi ni papa year juma mu no omu nu miensa. Then the flag bearer will sit and do his own assessment and say, look, these people, I can't use them. Yes, because they don't even understand what it takes. If I want to campaign team, no. We have to agree, but campaign team no must be done in consultation with the national executive. What you say? Yes. Because who will be our friends or a national organizer? You must want to organize it. Who think I saw bypassing? No, there will be resistance. Yeah. Was what co-election or co-election? No, forget a flag bearer. No, who every constituency. Sana general secretary to every constituency. Sana chairman to every constituency. Sana organizer to call. And you know, only the same campaign. I'm here. What you say? To feel always say, "Oh, Jina Juma," the resistance. So you have to sit and look at it and say, okay, start position way. If I say director of communications, I need a savvy politician to take it.
Yeah.
Ebiana Komia, Cabinet Japan. They are known communicators of the party.
Yes.
In the end, what I say, because they want a campaign. And because they are party people, you get less resistance. What I say, Nana Komia, with the MP, with the cabinet minister, or party Nimapa, who will object to it? Cabinet Japan, general secretary from the birth of this party was around. Nobody, the press secretary to the president, who will object to it? What I say, and not the flag bearers, no, but if you don't have the capacity in-house, you have to go and appoint. My man example be Tony Blair, but take over the Labour Party. From the director of communications.
Alistair Campbell?
Before Alistair Campbell.
Okay.
There was Peter Mandelson.
Oh, okay.
What you say? And somehow, because Peter Mandelson is known as a very smooth operator in Britain when it comes to the media and what have you. And somehow, Alistair say, Oba Benny Muna, Alistair started, or the buy. What you say? And you know, party, the leader of the party or the flag bearer must be given that laxity to appoint somebody who is Obi Crading, Obi Ferrimas, Obi NPP name, Ferrimas, Obi Basso more money. Into Jawo Juma as a Panabay, you push him.
Yeah.
I don't buy me on kind of this communication. After the ban, it's okay. Yes, you push people like that. You always say, oh, be here. That man shouldn't necessarily come from the party. You are taking any more and go for team more busa sebi in some that coin. And the people know that I with my then you push the person and bring him in. It's flag bearer must begin that laxity.
Okay.
Where there's a lack of that skill
capacity
or talent
within.
or capacity. That is not a problem. But this wholesale, sir, you only pass 16 or even more. I think that's the
yeah.
Now, new team.
Another wholesale team. But some of them were incorporated in the campaign.
And I say incorporation and then. You incorporate two na mark Robia who player. Because me say Dr. Bamia campaign, it was Operation and Dambuchi. Normally co-managers.
Yes.
No,
not Operation a campaign manager, Dambuchi a campaign chairman.
Yes. If you were general secretary, you more money.
Now, in charge of operations and logistics
for the campaign.
For the campaign.
So party or campaign team.
Yes.
Okay. National organizer so you manage.
No, you're deputy director operations and logistics
to the general secretary.
To the general secretary.
It is uncle for when you are what I say. It is feel say though also a part of the campaign team. But okay, catch almost say phobia by say you man. If you are second tier saying you man. What I say in other my correlation as well called you into no mammy meduma. Until now, going forward no. When you are putting together a campaign team, you must look at what is lacking
within the national executive.
Within the setup, yes. I know the Okofo before one but I don't think you get any resistance. What they are saying, say a new beat and Fanamra.
Okay.
What they are saying, okay, be with my resist Kamai. Until in say call programs are ebia sa MC way with me unskajepa yan Fanamra. You say you do because it's a political party. If you want the best to spearhead your campaign. It doesn't necessarily have to be party people. And until I'm saying, so my flag bearers are like it. What I say, you don't have to put him in a tight corner. Section is forced to work with the materials. The materials they be a name papa sir. What I say, it was like you are tying his hands. What I say, he must be allowed to bring in key people
to complement
what is there.
Very well.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Very well.
Yes.
I think reforms, a lot more will come as the days go by.
And there's one thing we have not learned.
Okay.
And maybe Asadaka we should play with them or say Chairman Sabunsu.
Yes.
Okay. For majority leader of Parliament. Of Fremi 2012. Then 2012. Of Fremi 2008. No catch him. So that I remember MP was Eugene. Should I be NDC for 1 year? Uncle for a model be the party. Dr. Kobneje, former MP,
sure.
Former minister. Fesi Dunketia, former MP, former minister. They won the election for them. Is that in follow suit? What I say? The two year Sankrufuya and acquire Sedunketia, acquire Baba chairman. And then more by the chairman, 50 quid a another former MP, another
former minister.
Who's Masabaji power? It's what we do with our former appointees or former MPs. What do you do with an MPP? Oh, but election pay na partner so rate no matter what.
Oh, your former MP.
Yes, or parents are tried be last time. Yes. Where you or say prepare tried be Yantuamano. I have an endless list.
Yeah, because they probably believe, sir, they've had stellar national executives and not former MP. So at the time, Damboche made the name for himself for making not former MP.
And I make a say, but minister. You see, politics in Ghana has evolved. It don't be thinking 1992. Don't be thinking Eugene Boakye secretary to a Justin Kodua secretary. What I say, Justin Kodua is dealing with social media.
Yes.
Eugene Boakye didn't deal with social media. Yeah. What I say?
And Damboche.
Yes. It's your own secretary no. And yet been in there. This election was won by social media for the NDC. Yes. Well, youth mean you don't what I say? Yeah. Yes, it will compare. No, I know I care for Kakra because I think John Boadu and Kodua dealt with a different kind of media.
Sure.
What I say?
Sure.
And the media on stock to say a bar. Unim. What I say?
Yes.
Going forward now, you must look at what your opponents are also doing. That's why you have to do SWOT analysis. In every business environment, you do a SWOT analysis. Yeah. And so you look at what your competitor is doing and copy. Yeah, since started a party in 1992, no. And I say, and this for a copy now. First, a rubber beer and a crashing be organ, I be episode Johnny NPP. Your friend rubber for a crashing for lawyer for party. And that is a. And I share anything for your home pool.
But I don't know what happened. Then the courses.
A certain will say.
And that identity of the NPP, that brand of the NPP.
No. Well, we'll talk about it another time.
Okay.
But what I'm trying to tell you is, politics are evolving. What I say? How did we engage the youth? How did we engage first time
vote?
President Bar, State of the Nation, or say, not paying nipa 5.7 million and I could free SHS. How did we engage these people? Share nipa MPP the Omako free SHS. Almost 6 million. 6 million to Baba Mahama. 6 million Kadekakra. And so nipa a coup forward were buying. It means more school free. How did we engage them? And most of those people even voted against us. What I say? Because what was the level of engagement? first time voters, and then the youth. What you say? What's the level of engagement?
Who should have done that?
Me say, and Ubetrana we can't say be a Ebekacha say, who do be a better campaign. I want to restrict myself to certain things, if you don't mind.
I get
but you see, the General Secretary's position is the most important position in the setup. It is more important because outside of Parliament, he's the most prominent member of the party. As organizing party, no, not the national organizer. He's the General Secretary. On a more organizer, Jumaye. On a more be Jumaye. He's the chief executive officer of the party. What you say? A two-year Conservative Party, only General Secretary, but Labour Party, or Labour General Secretary. What you say? Yes. Now share the role I carve out. I'm a General Secretary for the Labour Party. Then you begin to appreciate the role better. Do you understand?
Yes.
Yes. Because you become an institution within your own party. You serve as also a bridge between the parliamentary group and the national executive.
And some more power and so in the executive.
More power so in the executive. The president must talk to you with respect. And then, because that office is not an easy office. An office can say because the setup meaning is the cog in the wheel. Do you understand?
But even though you are powerful as a general secretary, it was say unya the temperament and so to make sure say you manage the various interests in the party.
Yes.
In the first way powerful interest, yes, you are setting yourself to the point say president can be big now on the president.
No. You see, me, I've known Akufo-Addo for 2 decades.
Okay.
Akufo-Addo always used the word cooperation. Those were Akufo-Addo word of takapano cooperation was on confrontation. That's how I got to know him. My dealings with Akufo-Addo all the time, his word is cooperation. Okay, confrontation, because he believed in cooperation. In Akufo-Addo, you'll be a cancer match then. Nasa Semna Oka to Timwa. A beboa party, no, never boa, but I said, no, I won't do it. I know the night said he's been unreasonable. What I say? 18, men can say, what they are saying, Pebiako. Now also on planet. Now we general secretary. You have to convince him to away.
Why was it?
Why so why? And that control your baby party. What's about the party? Now you are two baby. Where's the Akufo-Addo? Set the term as one. But the party remains. NPP the co-position.
Yeah.
And Akufo-Addo the co-position. MPP the co-position. That is why the party is always supreme. We don't talk about me. I say about me co-position. You say MPP co-position. Because that's the vehicle.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
And at all times, the prominence of the general secretary must be there. Yes.
Do you believe?
And it doesn't mean say go about throwing your weight about, but you must be firm.
Assertive.
You must assert it, because ebu so. What you say? Ebu so. And nothing like kasa. You be careful. Say in managing all interests. That's one aspect of your job, but that doesn't mean say you must lack the will to tell people no.
Yeah. But in all of this, no more national chairman and swear.
National chairman, there is ceremonial position.
Sir.
Yes. It always has been. A ceremonial position. Look at the role of the national chairman. Apart from free meeting, convene meeting, chair meeting. I didn't know your party movie. Look at the role of the general secretary. It's a constitutional grabby. It's a ceremonial position. And almost at the tinny now, Osha, Obi to say, Papa Darocha.
Yes.
He rose from general secretary to chairman. What general secretary, no? Busy at time, no? And then obey chairman not here. What do I say? You obey chairman, I didn't know what was general secretary. And even 98, Ekosiisen and Boakye, no? As a party with chairman, I wanted to do sightseeing. It was always done Boakye. And I'm a why? Because he's the general secretary of the party. What do I say? It's a party, is general secretary. If you don't just say about Benoit, it should change. Because your interest is always to keep the party in power. The president may have his own ideas. But you, dear, your interest is to keep the party in power. And sometimes there will be a few disagreements here and there. Yes, we are human beings. But that doesn't mean, say, the SO will not answer. And I say, who could disrespect you? We know. But you are assertive. Who do not see from? Say, no, I didn't pay me. You These are the things I'm going to do as General Secretary with the support of National Council.
Into you are saying, sir, the narrative out there, sir, one of the major causes of Moody defeat was the disconnect between the executive and the base of the party, you know. Say a buying in the party, you know.
Now, Mibusao. If a member of parliament tries to offer the colleague member of parliament to a minister crown for a phone call,
MP are only in our parliament.
Yes,
you know.
they forget, say, you're in a campaign, the party about power. And the prerogative of the president was to appoint him as a minister. President will be a minister. Into the bar, who soon now they are boy. People are not even picking calls. Share, as some bar, share, look at the complaints. It be your platforms here, go so. Ubi, a party ni what one party ya free nya NPP UP watuna ba nina EP school akopempe college yes ya Eugene scan sana ye fa no
I know why na G scan
oh e bi asma making constituency for ye bi region for ye bi the be national for so ye bi because asin not omo treasurer omo pamon I have shown kwa jingo for sika 50,000 500,000
treasurer no
yes it ya dey ekoso e ade na ekoso we were worried somebody say Eugene is Cabra Eugene is what I say one will be copa is Eugene is what I say a bar is bringing evidence and the obi what you will be news no be because what you see use all these things were going on, but you see it is the mode of appointments, how these ministers were appointed. Their allegiance was to the president and not to the party.
Yeah.
Yes.
But that party involved.
And going forward, that's why I'm saying we should talk about code of conduct. The code of conduct, and when in government, the party will check the ministers. And the party will own the ministers, not the president. President, when appointments say we fine, but the prayer and what BBC Britain, means so follow here. Treasury Minister be a friend with Tulip Siddiq. Now the auntie deposed Prime Minister of Bangladesh.
Okay.
Sergey and Britain and the auntie film and Otete. The anti-fear what Timon. I news. I say corruption.
Conflict of interest.
Yamana resign was step down and run. Party investigation. And your president acquired investigation. At the buy. The party investigated her and found incontrovertible evidence that is true. Say, Mammy Fee will never back when you mean what section. You make one more feel like rubber out. It is she had to resign. That is the strength of the party. What I say, Blair time no can any negative narrative about running for 72 hours consecutively. No, you must resign. Let's say you invest quickly near your baby because with the party, you have to save the party and the government from further embarrassment. What I say, if you want the president appoints you, wo party in the house, your president be you. The president, the party will go to the president and do a carry own investigation and submit a report to the president and say, when we want to adjust to the man. That is a collaboration between the president and the party. Because
that disconnect no cause same hugely.
Of course. Now a bank of one to get then. Ukokubusa me no budi tese me toaba. Di tese me toaba. Me baba ko kusku haya jimiska. The party no power. Di tese me toaba. People were saying all this and they're still saying openly. Of course on fancy no okotna efie no oka. O tike mu ko no oka. Into obi a guest to know. And before the much more than which of money pa no must take us answer. We will say no, maybe at the enemy. Who could boost us with evidence, bra? So
the name of the game is
now one you could travel about receipt. What I say, I don't think I say you need to buy me bribe, and I will be a next year as my bribe. Yes, make I say minister, I say any court same year, court clerks to be giska, not judge crane, as near judge thing. But I buy you investigate. Do you understand?
Yeah.
You investigate, and if there's a center of evidence, say assembly and cry, the person must resign. Now, social party, nana. What do I say? Why should Obi or Sebonsu win discretion if any party in a co-position? Why? One person. Why? Why say that president appointed to can once him? It was president, no president social party, no party. I'm gonna be the president of social, no. My party might be the MP, no social party. No. You see, so we are talking about the party. Do you understand? Yes.
It beyond the disconnect between government and as executive and any party, no. There's also the issue of the Ghana for be na a feeling in their pocket. I recall say MPs are now working sorry at the time of finance minister and was say or kakra in the interest of the party. On my penny time no meaning say pa ho there by pa I think the guy the finance minister then was asked to step aside. Who feels say cha or che wa ban mu nso e ha mo?
Well, you see, Dr. Boakye call and you speak economy in one second.
And not when frontal with it.
Cannot correct. Dr. Boakye campaign to me.
Yes.
Or can say we speak economy in one second.
So okay, economy I saw. It okay economy. Anytime say why very frontal with it.
And I make because the economy in the state and they will not even find a campaign. Share DDEP, share the inflicting on our pensioners. If a you money din, quiet consultancy or Sierra Leone. That time $50,000, 2012, it trace cannot turn account to me. Till I'm trying 500,000 Ghana cedis equivalent.
Yeah.
Down the corner of the phone or cherry. NPP ni mapa. Deep party actually for almost 65 years of his life. Was in his 80s. On the papa ne Legon. Obi in the phone cherry. 500,000, I will do 296,000.
Ish.
That's a party no tobacco to aba. It's ye car, Obitiwa, on Tiase, and I'm Kramudiable, and I'm a rebel. Maybe a rebel. Me a lawyer anybody, me a rebel. Me a lawyer anybody. Did that time I detest it. Me a rebel. Obi a Mishemra, upstanding member of society like me, me a rebel. When you rebel, go be yard, only you to a rebel. Some money in can wear a whole former chief justice. Echo Piketty, Minister of Finance.
Yeah.
Now I say, nay, year one.
And so optics no was
bad
for the
party. Optics very bad.
Very bad, yeah.
Oka, you say, hey, I don't know what Oka. Now so mungam. Mungu tuno on the seat, so I don't know what go against the government. Now you cannot say a karma. Ye karma wine. Ye karma party, no. Yenti. And it 1997 standard so. We are 61 seats and they wait 8. 19 time in our numbers we are 1997. It is sometimes as a money a car. Me who say window party in chain will be. And I may have watched me tear the make us will be no doku for the chairman. Was I make sure he became president against all odds. To come any uncle, Amano. It may come as a man who are you to come and talk about me Kufuado? Who are you? What do I say? But the beef say once they are benefiting and chopping. And they say,
yes. But the DDEP, some will say, was a necessary evil. At the time, the government really had no option.
And I make a will say, yet Ghana, as my pay, the role is a crowd or this a 2 by ground, one year DDEP. Until being seen, I make a being show. NPP, the GDA power, but to say, we are known as the better managers of the economy. When all the chips are down, you expect NPP to come up. What I say? And Nuntina a man Ghana for say, me and Crow for a penny. Was a party, no, a businessman, Buddha for on party, no. Now, if these people are living in droves, either they won't vote at all, or they're going to vote for them this year, then you know you have a problem. Because you are losing that touch. You understand?
Yeah.
And you tell you know, be any break, say, you know, you only part. And tell me, be some money, even try and sign red. What I say? Yes. Not gonna fools at least. You can sacro with you. I want to send you a cribia brain. Because dollar ya debe channel says an ecoso. What I say? If you are boy then pay so and go for giant. It you see, economy there, you lose the economy. President Kufuor into 2007 okay. Also she was sitting the top. Nana Kufuor in 2016 7 can trade fair. Or say economy tea no the Dr. Baumia eba. Where she sick as some namayen. Na Kufuor corner $1 to $1. Can I state is that you know? Yes. He's saying it's one okay, you know, it's about economy. And we won the 2016 election, one on an anti-corruption crusade by our leader Nana Adodankwa, and 2 by Dr. Baumia economy. Nana Adodankwa Kufuor. Emma Ghana for Nina Jitu Muse, a year parliament, we the parliamentary candidates in a year, Ghana was released. And now ne Oshia Nado and then the parliamentary candidates almost say fata say you didn't mind show monsa. That's why they voted, they gave us 169 seats and 1 million votes approximately. That's the hope they had in Nanado. What I say, because it was in smoke. Yes, Ebi Abudu Abemno, Yanyanesa, other external factors. But you see, politics, you are dealing with human beings, you are dealing with optics. Therefore, what I say English for? They are very conservative in thinking, in their thinking.
Yeah.
And they punish us badly. Maybe do myself on panel, we got to about the election here, lose.
On the day of election?
Oh, yes. My office is about 10 meters, it's about 15-20 meters away from the polling station. It's an opebia, can I pass it? Kwabuchi watches, I don't friend. Minister Utia Mwadu. Can I pass it? Kwabuchi watch it, Pepe watch it, Tiano Pebia, we didn't watch it. Best 7:30 medidi. A boy quoted to 8 and I'm a sanico. By 80 me drew 8 can me do that not much more. Me do the 200-300 no go. This time you don't pay go no 50. If you catch the organizer on me, I feel I'm not hey, go to obey or so now when Saturday on beto. And I'm the Tankanum. And I'm a farm, me one and 7 my party bush here. Let me run my part to constituency. The same. Let me shame. Nimbedu Accra MP's platforms, NPC be static as I say, they gather the vote, people are not queuing, because see politicians, when people are voting, you can see. And I'm saying, hey, Adi, the baby, they should do that. Crapini be also, Crapini, I don't know, who grows Adi, or you feel my son, or the Adi, oh, you see, clearly, we had lost the election. Many people must have I knew the election was gone.
It was gone.
Yes. And because Matra Kumasia Santuan me atwa by NPP abatwo. From 2008 ever all the way NPP about the BR according to the police station. No mo talk because the book was like book to yes, to secure their position in the queue.
But what was the issue in Ashanti? Because Utimo said last 6 months to elections, and all far, even 2024 year, no, Kumasi had attention in terms of project, especially as so-called roads.
You see, there be a class in be say, so we be here. No one in our election here. We sort of that down. So what I say?
Yeah.
Yes, Ghana for us, Adrian. You be 12 Say be non be one in 2022.
Yeah.
KBA, come on, Hunesa. Kumasi, I think on top of my head, I can look at Konfanoche maternity block.
Yes.
Which President Kufuor did well.
Yes.
Well, it was abandoned for almost 45 years. Oba, or this kind of shame, and now, Sebe, COVID conference and send by a call back to IMF in the entire complete. When increasing from 750 to 1,000 bed. Bema baby, one meeting in a or they could do. Central Market Phase 2,
Yentimen, yes.
I live airport in the Yentem. If you can see these two projects, this will get on constituency. On constituency.
Two now
swimming. Yet men you two no. There's now can't change the panel. And these are people. Almost trouble partnering. Shemi Chrome Quadri East. Those are them free papa mammy in every.
Oh, okay.
Papa free Friday, mammy free by mine. Yes, two to be free. It's a constituency, no. Once the 1 year woman, yes. Now, share Quabri is 85,000. To 60,000 a fee. We lost about 25,000 votes. On now, a coin 171. Yes.
Yeah.
You see, a team who say, a Grovey who say, and Grovey, I say, on my fair the moon. A betunti. What I say?
That feeling was real.
Yes. Now, Nipper be crying, I'm quite honorable. When I'm on crying. Maybe a quote out wow, and I'm say recently. So one day the other say, or no, I'm in foot room.
Yeah.
Trebit is a half from Goso to Tepa. Trunk road. Ently me MPP stronghold. Who you know, 12, last 2020, you have 4 seats, anything year 2. After you year 1. Gideon walking, you know, mine.
Walk up.
What I say, Christian way now, no what Tiafa. Fair, baby, he said. Mancranso for the first time. What I say, and also another way another selection of candidates. There are certain constituencies, the Kenny those a war Asante Mema, Newo Eastern region, now what Bono and Baby Lusu. The difference between Kusasi 4 and a Bono 4 is 10,000 registered voters. It is when one Kusasi near Ma. was where she didn't Haruna said was saying we need you. Buzia Chromo. Yes, we are not tactical about selection. There be yeah, Ghana is Fantiaqua North. Mia Masse. Among Quesiama. Or Chino say also na and can free answer. We say also or more huge migration of Krobofo. If next time you let's fair Krobonibi, we want you careful at a seat in the back. Oh, because Ghana is a demographics is a it's in your subino mention. We are there. Yebatuna. Sa holding in our one careful half one, no what you could have one settlers in one. Yen be gun cry. Any kumasi. Until you public kuma was saying, I don't make up beginning. I can't go on a better time. One free still original something will be good. And a 2 MP. You understand? And a honor dampine. So what I say, a chair dampine. And now almost chopa. It is a new edubiase or the Santinico Unya because the composition and the demographics no assistant. There's no people or a minority or a popular. She Katie Amond, why yen the way you know, when William since 2000 business, eventually was settlers. It will be say Katie as a son, give a city quarter. Oh, he was there winning for us. All of a sudden, he's lost it. I could end this year. And you as a selection of candidates, some way in a BEM, when Boakye content was campaign manager, baby will be out here. Senior Michel.
Boakye,
yes,
former energy minister.
Yes, Boakye campaign manager. No, or can say same way. Also, call Kranza NDC4. Who's it? Dagati4 pa.
Yes.
NDC4 National Yam Growers Association. Omo dua by there no. Omo the whole Ghana General Secretary Dagati ni on Kranza. Ono mind the chairman.
Party chairman.
Yes, that's why they've taken the two Kranzas. They say you have you lose brekumo ni mienu nyina you lose do mama ensa ni nyina you lose sunyane o buzia sunyane eko they don't say democrat esesa eti wo ye general secretary now co election now ka say bibia ye okanyo case you must be able to identify all these things and we to say to the party no we can't put on our candidate here we will lose. If you have to go inside and find the minority for the doors, so little well, and little winning, you might be mine.
Yeah, but the point is that those people would have to contest election.
Yeah, make us no, but yeah, my make a danger. And you may be a contest election, Massa, and there be a lose election. Sometimes you do what is needful, not what is right, but what is needful. Because we need for any amount of parliament. Parliament. Okay, someone we know something you may account for. They are not. They are not. Only settlers when we win seats now. It is NDC4, yeah, now the only. Usis, I want to see Yako. I'm a mobile. What do I say? If you are not careful in the selection of our candidates for elections, they say, oh, there be a Subino, we are cool. Well, where they be winning. Menshia, not and Sa, we are cool. Bantima, Menshia, so, Quadaso, what I say, Quabri East, Folu Chrome, Swaminum, now you're cool. But on the periphery, no, so I conscious the good.
Yeah.
Intended one form. Man, we be losing. Well, then this is being strategic. What I say in the choice of candidates.
And you think for the party to win almost stronghold in the back, no? I was starting from selection of candidates, especially in the Ashanti region.
McCann said this party, the best conducted primary elections so far in this party was done by Fukuni Kobre Japan.
Okay, the one leading to 2016 elections.
Why do I say that? Common denominator in politics is numbers.
Yes. Yes.
Kobre Japan ya Fukuni supervisor election.
Yes.
Your board see I'm friend count my board in John board do count. Now I mean my test message also no executive. Okay. Enti kada che uti amechia. Enti what happened they say time one yes our prime minister we you know. We answer omoko.
Yes.
Yes. And also the nanado. Your core elections no you 169 MPs.
Yes.
Nanado you almost 1 million votes.
Yes. A difference of almost 1 million.
Yes. It is clear next will say because say a prime minister no
something right
you see
with that primary.
The primary determines your election winning. Because the more parliamentary seats you win, the presidency falls as a bonus.
But that year, was it not down to that wind of change a blew? It said
whatever it is,
2024.
Whatever it is, wind of change. Whatever it is, they were the executives. Give them the credit.
Okay.
Yes. Send a call in 170. Woman will credit. Sanity. Eti say a call data. You take the 4.
Yeah.
Sana politics here. Omo na wo ho. Na inya sa seats no, inya sa votes no. Yes, it tells you one thing, a cultural or a cardinal thing. The country want to say, when you get the primaries right, you're on your way to winning. Now, presidential primaries, we don't launch a Matias son bag and all. Matemo. Obey parliamentary primaries, we spend independent. Like I said, DNA also. And media elementary say, you are two internal primaries here from 1996, or the advance 96. We do ne. I don't the BI ain't getting it right. I don't the BS will be a hot will be gas or independent.
Will be break here away.
I didn't hear.
But no, you cannot control all the factors.
You can. And 2016 of one independent. You see, the process, no. If you guys are home, share me, Nami Kufuado. And I'm Kufuado. Yet, about 2007. So, no be an establishment in Kufuado. How many chairmen could open declaration in Kufuado? Nobody did it. But quietly, he won. After then, after they do 2024 there, 2022 there, Obia declare I'm a one person. Nina, alienation of key people. Obey winning, man, couldn't go winning. And I don't be not okay. Yes, Obey winning party for penny the other, and so they were, of course. But he went and won. Oh, really, yes, one or two will be called about somebody. What I say, am I the buyer to be winning power? If the child say party primaries, no, you have to get it right. We are the writer, you are going to win. When you're on the right, 2008, how many people are going independent? True, 2008, yeah. Nina cost party, no. What I say, it will say, if you don't manage these internal elections with all the necessary skill and get everybody on board, nobody feels say what quantity. So NPP ni mapase me ya watch me tia, what's me call?
Yeah, but sometimes and so no. You should also be careful how the expectations you give to party people. For example, so we a party leader now said you see Osum, for example. Now Nipan decide to say or call independent. What can you do?
You can do a lot because soon once them start here,
yes.
I think ye papa na no and sa my station start against him. And you complain and complain and complain, nobody listen to him.
So now Obi born a
yes. And the person came from the Jubilee House.
Yes.
You make my say Onyai. Who Jumaye? Monsu Yen Juma.
Onyai say a man in contesting.
Let's say with my catcher. Now why do I why? Only for your party.
Ah, that's why party need to also right to contest.
And who right with about who Jumaye? Who are Bema who Jumaye? It's MP no be DMP, man in MP. You see, man, for say give be na unti won person won count. Because Nipano wa bread on ba. It must be two operate aside 4 term also.
Yes.
I very respected them of the party. But waba one time, what and what to know? Ufi said, Obiana be di atna ho. Masa parliament over one time and one grant you. I'm telling you. Because some people come with debts. A car. It will be rouser. Now when it's up, I used to throw me in your hand. Yes, 80 and the man could be at your moyeno. You have to understand, the chief of staff can someone say, Massa, I don't know you ready. And the president want Pamo a manaf. Yeah, manaf yam pamono. Ure fi say o kwa so ka so yam pam manaf. Nti enye bi da. Aseme na ka na obi. President na ma manaf adwuma. He's the president of the republic. No ma manaf adwuma. Manaf wo ye asonse sitting chair de alidu na eko. Manaf so be ko president ye yi na di. Enye si Ghana. The work cannot be done. Massa, ye nya selective application of the law. We be say ye a party will be no social party no. We can call them terms because who can disqualify. Who party call? I don't know which my. Because you see, you're not careful. Stress a course home. Is that what you wanted? Is that what you wanted? What you say? Yes, you are being word you might. Oh, you might be quite, will be any baby, you always you might. I am ping 1 year you might. Emping 1 year my party, my so to my Anna. What you say? It is see, no be an outborn of Jao. And nobody any part of critical from outside, constant on your piece that. And is that what you want? It's time we do it. As a party, I'm sorry, as a wish, as a won't mean to be. The FF Fanto in the Ashanti region for James some time. No, your mom will be a woman, you know. What can't you play? And what can't you do with the constitution? You constitution is a crowd. What I say? Yes, it's young, yes, I don't want to be. I said, get your way. What means I was a high end twaba. Ahmed Bandati Palme, I chose Wabada. Ahmed, one of the prime minister. Debbie Oma. What I say? It can be done. In the party one, that's the supremacy of the party. Party that candidate coalition. You know that way around. Party, no, in a president candidate or election. You know that way around. Nobody is supreme. The party is rather supreme.
Okay, my kind messages kakra. I have 2 more questions for you. Na fe ya shatwa. So Ekosiisen suni. Haya Sempa FM. Honorable Eugene Boakye, former MP for Subin constituency, and me person me who we new designation amede.
I don't be a former MP. I don't know. I'm a former president.
No, but by the time we interview, no, maybe I would identify new designation.
And be no former MP.
Into which now a question be my honorable 0548 443 523. Your WhatsApp number, no, 0548 443 523. Namin kind messages kakra. We say Obi. Good evening. Largely, I side with Honorable Eugene, but it is important we stop the blame game and focus on how we can reorganize the party to recapture power in 2028. I strongly believe that President Mahama has nothing new to offer. Therefore, Ghanaians are going to experience the most disappointing governance in the history of Ghana. Okro Yeboah or Breman Benin. Obi, please greet Honorable Eugene Boakye for me. But the truth must be told. Some parliamentary candidates were not on the ground. And secondly, some PCs were not popular with their constituencies due to their actions and inactions. In the last constituency elections we held, let me use my constituency as an example. Esutifi South in the Ahafo region. The parliamentary candidate who was CEO under Nana Addo Dankwa's government sponsored some candidates against the old constituency executives, which I was part as assistant secretary. His message was that he couldn't work with the old executives, and he succeeded through his influence on delegates for his guys to win. And do you know what happened? During our time as old executives, in the 2020 parliamentary elections, we were able to manage to bring the gap to 2,569 between Honorable Collins Dauda and our candidate. Can you believe after he brought his so-called darling boys and ladies to take positions, the gap has increased from 2,569 to 3,978 votes after the 2024 parliamentary elections? Mad Lion Ewo Ahafo Hwidiem. Obi, please kindly ask former Subin MP his thoughts on former NAPCO trainees who were not paid. Majority of them were party people and party youth. Going forward, what should the party do? Mike, and anyway, Abba, and also a Hamopa.
Said, the thing is, it's good saying, you know, it's been the benefit. You see, that's what I keep saying.
Yes.
Maybe I do know. You take a party.
Okay.
Will be an MP. Now, Sakudi minister and deputy minister can on governance. We are serving in the chamber as well as serve in the executive.
Yes.
Maybe Biana Babian Huska. I think it's to all intents and purposes a good program, the NAPCO, a way of creating jobs for the youth. But it do maybe a Babianska, a Chebika. But sometimes the communication. As I know it here, and I know girlfriend Uniska de Bonaco. If you are that day, no, Obi do kebe sort of one my. And how we say actually much them. Also near Obi. We the any more Obi kebe whatever and fanye na scattered in Napushim. Na ye inkitahudi. Nemo go say, oh, Bilibi also quite tete Mohammedia, no dear, Okofa before na ba. Because there was a say boy that come. Sure. What I say. It is Obia Baye Abayajuma. Na yes, I made tracker. But I buy for some reason no skinny ho. And I buy so yeah, the beer my Oscar. But what's that mind to me as soon as I get my Oscar? But I buy Oscar the beer capacity to bring here. And we see the credit you must give to this administration, the S1 administration is that I think that Nana Akufo-Addo's best years were in his first term. 2018, 2019, when we were able to win the economy of IMF. Yes, because we works in housing. That time, for her budget, Ghana had budgets in allocation of 10 million Ghana cedis for national flood control. Akufo-Addo's term, 4 years, no first time, I'm a deputy minister. He gave them 450 million Ghana cedis for flood control. Wow. A BC that in the history of this administration. It means in the issue of politics. About Biama says Canada. You buy your first budget, and my asset 12 million. What I say? 80 sub in Yuma buy, it being a Yuma. But when the economy went into comatose, COVID, post COVID, now it's sick as a form. What I say? It's not a year casa. Oh, but you see, when Ghanaians look at you, Oka team, Micro Prime is only a campaign. Time say, Saka 4 years be MP. A vehicle allowance and the vehicle loan and mutual and one be a subject matter. What I say? Because depend on smoke and on Tiasia. Mintis can go talk. But you mammy has me talking a mutuaka. My jibus can a mutual. But Ghana for no. And only Roman Tiasia. Be as Gracia. Need to be a friend as Gracia. Me call Parliament 2017. Now me get 2014 pay.
Yes.
Eti me first time no. And yes, a sika, let's have my tram. No, the difference on the man. Yeah. Me bought 2020, no, 2021, and I made 2017 pay. And I may be cool and so much. It's in years, Gracia. But you see, one of the worst atrocities are President Biya goes to this constitution. At the country article 71, no, in the beginning of the term, I think it's something that ought to be looked at. Because you know, go for Jumada. Who school abrochi, compare Juma, your bro offer letter na, who benefits, who pay, who be dear. And son of what sign. You know, say, Busumi be a make £1,500. It be a me taxes is saying, Unimina. It be a gross is saying, net is saying, Unimina. It's a massive way, you want to got fancy who pay the abro. What I say? Yeah, the Mentissa. MP bar. It's a more about my parliament salary.
Yes.
It is a one term no kofia. Difference. No, any amani di es gracia. I said, as a man terms kabi at the amount. What I say?
Yeah.
Let me desemina Kuma A plus Sate Casa. Now, only need 3 days or Sate Casa say traffic na the day. Obehu, say it here. Say, Obitiwa movies and what on MP Eugene. Who's a Yana, you want to hear that? We are the one must match. See, I try one more. So, a normal sank Kitina, what system no more. People don't really understand the workings of government. It's you and a woman, I am on Matoka. No, I say, you see, Obi free, Chanapaga, Obi free Sola, Obi free Damongo, Obi free Yapekusogu, Obi free Paga, no by Oba in Kasoba Yejuma. Sandy Pan, do the public transport. I thought the second one is a plane crack. These are the vehicles they use to go to the constituencies. Or your campaign could be constituency correct. Maybe and I'm quota so. But could be constituency correct. Me am a Cronquabre East. Where can be of one namso? Eti, a human by say man a car. Name car near fan channel. Obitria and Wutria. It's not a topic one thing. But the MP in a can't be. What I say? Obi as you pay, that's why topic. It is no man getting in ano. It became a baby and a baby, yes, not quite one okay. I buy yes car all the time, but communication now are man. Because Sabi, oh, okay, me the meaning is my party for. It's my Ghana for. We be as a party for Ghana because me baby, I may sub me only a woman to be or to be in Bushini. Me mamma, honey, a woman. My man will be 84 end of the month. You want to sub Otiase. No so one home. Nti obi onam subi o embusuani. Eti me ko che de bi osubi. I mean ka say we DPD we menye. Tanda because of your campaign, time I sanitizers no. Me do asafo. That is over him fi ona ma ma me kremo yogu ma ya fi tornado ma me we this one is na me man so. We this go man bi. Because obi a embusuani. Otiase. Eti bi think say oda domo ano afela obeye yipemu. What I say? Eti say ye de juma bana ka foka say ye ba party for me no mo nya adwen ye fa ma party for Ghana for no bebre ayo mo sen o NPP o NDC bebi o jina na ori oka o ti ase o ko ye juma na wie o say na man NPP for no so wajibi o ti nya sa de no e de program ne ba ye de ba ma Ghana for be ko constituency say ye fa di pa o GR Ghana for ne for anye NPP for ne for
very well
okay.
For I see na me okay. My next question would be say no preparations for next election as a party no ashase. How do you see more chances in 2028, and what role now will be play in that preparation?
You see, I believe that Ghana for about 2 I'm a fake. In 2016, don't we? 2024, my. You see, Ubana be one may one be Ghana for so many able to the train. Yes. 8 years in government. I think the second term, no. Ghana why rustic akra. What you say?
Yeah.
That complete was started. What you say? Because I am for me. Say Western countries. So much more years. Election year be a bad 2 years election. Second term, mama and you have to go to them.
Yeah.
What you say? But as well, now you're on the way out. President Mahama or issues kakra. 180, 60 ministers, including deputies. So.
Yeah.
At worst, or I say at best, or more kekemuno, or more be a boats, yes, Papa saying a woman. Be a MP or a neighbor, the group if he say a neighbor with the MP if you get doom. What I say, but Baby Doom crying, now he did
a different.
And a young person quite a party by power. Also professionals being there, they also boy. Omina also keep a capacity, no. I say, won't be. Because the mama there,
you don't envy him
at all. Numbers, no, but as soon as down to Parmesan and that grown nebi. What do I say? Some of us we see say civil war will break out in that party.
Civil war in quotes.
In quotes.
In the NDC.
Yes, because politicians be our ambition. What do you say? SMD minister, my MP SMD minister. Will be a minister. What you say? Yes. It will years out money, you want to be no Becassa. You myself a finance, you cry, and the pay nepe. I come back home back on bufu. What you say? Yes. ABI energy, the public name means some nepe. I come back home back on bufu. And I can find to quite no. The way the moment you appoint, you disappoint.
Yeah.
Another problem in 2017, no. 169 MPs. It was what do a chair for 20 years. We had 15 years. It's all more BBA. The moment I be you, hey, and I wear my bench channel, I wear my bread channel, now started. The customer started. So,
yeah.
And I also think I said, oh, be no the oil, I was a son. Oh, yes, I saw my own customer. I will reshuffle now, uncle, so they had drink. We'll be traffic for 8 years the other. I know there's another thing we have to look at in a different context. Yes. But Ubia maybe, me who say Ubia also. Can be because 8 years campaign, yeah, then. And I was started to president in 1998. You avoid it from 98. But we do so by a president. You don't want it in a chi. What you say, managing the expectation of these people, and you're better. Now, after that, you know, your mama will not run again. After 2 years, he becomes a lame duck. He becomes a lame duck.
By 2026.
Now, be a financial money. And you have so many blocks.
More person will take you over from me.
Jostling. Mate Sedin Ketiadim ha, Mate Julius Debra ha, Haina Drusunam ha. What do you say? A to force him. So somebody you must watch. What do you say? Yes. So I know the NDC, we are a yes, my central. For the public,
yeah.
You look at my younger brother well.
Yeah.
What do you say? What a progression. And minority leader. You're the finance minister. He's in his 40s. Would you president be? So what I say, if you must look at all these blocks that will emerge in 2026, it is say at the we're showing at the right personnel at the helm, because we continue to expose them in Parliament, no doubt. But at the right personnel
to manage party, no, near to me and manage MPs, no, any a party year. Na Parliament so afinu ma can also bo adwuma wo ha afi ba mu se kana fo mu se enkrofo on ko fi afi dia se bibi kakra ko mani e bi enso mo yeah possible say mo betima sen aba back after 4 years
what dey na possible no one if say MPP Ghana be to betima to Obama ma ulusu almost 1 million votes you know we win by 2 point something it be possible in politics even the art of the possible be possible but ni na yeso ya hu sisi Mintini we nyadwuma we nya madam for this ansem hu no sebe
I will say echa
esicha
But no, because I got the point you made earlier. Say, it was a part in share valuable lessons be from the NDC, i.e., former ministers, former MP should step in and manage the party.
Well, opposition.
Is this something you would want to do? Baby, I'll be so opportunity never.
Yeah, because you see, opposition here, and you see, say, Obi the Rose Minister, 8 years, or work contracted, here, Juma. Now, Pubiana, Juma, be a quarrel between things because I never been in what opposition. What do I say? Yes, it, why not? Why would you want to go and bring somebody in only access to resources now? And you have to weigh all that. You got to weigh ni pani, one, and yeah, think we see. Nothing we see. And yes, I will be any powers, and only pounds will be also some more number. You understand?
Yes.
It's going forward, no. Let's also look at what our opponents are doing, and it has served them well. And why don't you also try it
and replicate it?
Well, the end almost young. And I know some be to it. Yeah, no money, no more crutches and other things. You know, almost so up picking of phone beers and they won't end it for Omocasa.
Yeah.
Hey, to end this in. So on the John, the other is a science and the festival who BFs are party with the Arcono. Why are we losing the youth? That's another area we must look into. Well, the youth voted against us massively. What you say? Yes. We have been a make about who got committee, no phobia, or this in another better now. And Nanti assume to read news. Now, when we now, or time I could kill so we have a maba. No, about my friend this year. People like, well, maybe boarding and the moody ministers when this in young Crawford. I'm more or more investing on my young Crawford. No more switch with the end sketchy. Well, Rick you know, Anna, a what? My appointments away. Jinapo this saying. A to forcing what this saying. NPP so ya de kokra for the beba
ona sana na do ya young guys opportunity
that was the second term.
Yes.
And what the wish because he but that's not that it's a conservative party they what the money be anyhow say me as attach a deputy there's nothing wrong with it or a penny chairman a party sanity all they say but what I'm trying to say is say so share NDC say move na omo de ya kono a chen ye de no
omo consolidate hold no manya on the youth.
Yes, because it's easier for an 18-25-year-old to approach Atuforsen than to approach Safumafo.
Yeah.
So what I say? Yes. So what I say? Yes. It's Salomon Wayne and I know my you have to look at it in the mix. Say, hey, your party. Not necessarily ministerial positions, but certain key positions. The party office must be manned by some media savvy youthful faces. No, what you say? Almost to show microphone. But say boys, girls, some good time. No kind of saying boys are brave, not the children. And I believe that he's one of our best organizers. Why he became an MP, I don't know. He is fit to become the party chairman now. Yes. Why is he going to waste his time in parliament? I don't know. Me and guidance. Me in the parliament, because he should have been the chairman of this party. He has it. Obiang guy, parliament, what about the country? Man, try me party, man, party. What do you say? What's the sure? You see, you look at people, he has a touch. Samuel who has a touch. What do you say? And look how he was able to mobilize the youth. Me campaign man timu
yeah. But at least you are admitting so will be BMU.
Yes.
Or the some
minded organizer. Here 2016. Open national organizer no. What you say? Ni bibia communication ni bibia ni say o be already pe mo chidom. What you say? Obi already pe mo o parasem kra o be kon nchen. Sami has that. Why he decides to go and sit in parliament? And we say my experience there na menti America. I don't see it. Because may be the progression and Kaubasa be national chairman. And that's the kind of people you need. What do you say? But he decides to go and sit in parliament. What do you say? Yes, and these are the kind of people we have to look at and say, look, Akwawe, ye grumono, ama wabe way or party num. It when Darocha was never an MP. He was never a minister, but he was feared. What do you say? Yes.
In this new way you want this party to be managed, role woman is saying, would you want to put yourself up to contest?
At a vacancy be one.
And that's one beko elections.
I said they say you mean nominations.
Okay, do better with train. There is a proposal say
we law on you. They may law some you are. Wait, I'm on the cross examination.
There is a proposal say even for general secretary position, Anka party should not elect, or more they should appoint somebody to come and manage the party with specific KPIs.
And it's true. That's what them say. Conservative,
yeah, but the Labour Party
does, and it's appointed. Even the chairman of the Conservative Party is appointed. Labour Party say appointed. Oh, because as a general secretary, you need an administrator.
Yeah,
somebody with proven administrative skills. What do you say? Yeah, that's what you need for general secretary. It's about structures. What do you say? Party organization is about structures. It's not about law. What do you say?
Yeah.
So you can have the lawyers in the office, any party or lawyer guy in the lawyers. But when it comes to the actual running of the party, you need administrators. That's what they go.
Are you an administrator?
By training, yes, I am. What do you say? So you need people who can build organizations using the structures and to get efficiency. What do you say? From every officer. What do I say? You training, will be a chairman Anto, or a science student, or a science teacher. But he's one of the best organizers of this party. As a chairman, me will change chairman Anto in this party.
FF Anto.
Me come to the wall. What you wanna see? I'm a broso. What on way teacher didn't or to do just what there. So what I say? Yes. And we have put these people in this party. Why at his age we can't make such people national chairman? I don't know. I don't be sure one.
It is a contest.
And sometimes you go and recruit. And the politics now way. It's about power. Sometimes we have to go and get people to come and contest. Because they be scored because only says because you man. But when you push so about it's about power. It's saying that chairman and all to champion and my moon. It's about power because when we say all the end is for what do I say? General, you know, nobody chairman. Because only their party for no rent or your mom. And that's all you need. You don't want no macro trend the back. So master so they be me here. Oh, media minister can call show your baby. Politician go who's gonna hear. Me too many bar, and that's also when I reward woman. Some politician.
Amongst the crop of NPP leading members, who would be your pick for a national chairman for the new kind of NPP episode?
Me assistance it to be Anto.
FF Anto,
yes,
for national chairman.
Yes. So, but yeah, somebody like Carlos Ahenkra too will be good
for a national chairman.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Boakye Jakon.
Would 70.
Oh, he's that old?
Anto so but Boakye late 60s.
Okay.
Anto so when but Anto is more active.
Okay.
So
okay.
So
Kwabene Japan.
Kwabena wapa ho.
For national chairman.
Oh, me give to wapa ho. Sana, wako presidency twice. Wako presidential twice.
Yeah, wako twice.
He may want to do it again. So he's in the early 60s.
Yes.
He may want to do it again. I don't think say obey it.
For national chairman, no. And Boakye Jakon so it's not 20.
Also they got perfect fit.
Yeah, Boakye
so multilingual.
Yeah.
What do you say? Quick as a baby or
yes.
So very sure.
But you think he would be a perfect national chairman?
Of course.
Boakye Jakon.
Of course. So but yeah, but me so except because I talk to him.
You know
I know how his mind moves.
Okay.
Okay. Yes, in a way.
In the absence of money there, you think FF Anto, Carlos Ahenkra?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Damboche.
Titus
Glover, I'm told, is interested in national organizer.
Titus too can do it.
Okay.
He has it. What do you say? You see, say the panel.
Yeah.
But it's whether they want to contest. What do you say?
Yes.
Yes. If they do, then of course, or maybe more the canon of fire on my boy. They are probably also doing their consultation. Who knows?
Yeah. Maybe a later.
But you see, Carlos.
Do you believe the current general secretary is relatively young? Why one term as general secretary? Part, Eman another chance to learn and become better.
To avoid personalities. But elections are determined by results.
Yes.
So when you come and take over a party, and the same stake, they're the board on board.
Yeah.
169 to to 137. John Boadu was voted out.
Yes.
So Kodwe 2 took over 137. He got to 88. He must go.
That's simple.
It's as simple. The reason is that so by and you become automatic choice. But what be half of the work? It is a party for us. I don't really show.
Yeah, but the argument is that blame me for the things I could control, which everybody agrees I did and did well. For example, say who blame me say General Secretary. Ebia ye kwato aba we no. Yes, say primaries no one supervising ye we be a kasa yes we akowia we machinchim we some sadian am everybody agrees said the primaries largely was successful. Other factors never you lose power, they were not within my control.
You see, when you say that, I take it with a pinch of salt.
I didn't hear.
Because he sits in cabinet
as an observer.
Oh no. When you say that, why do you mean sit there as an observer? You wanted to advise the president. Once you're from away, you wanted to advise the president. Observer saying. I don't think so.
No.
Everybody who walks in there goes there to advise the president. He takes the ultimate decision, but more than what not advises. And you can say you cannot blame Ubia. Because I don't want us to personalize it. I didn't come here for that. But you see, you cannot run away from the fact that we've lost this number of seats under your watch. All of them. All of them. It's sensible to do the thing to do is
to step aside.
Yes.
Meaning the current executives do
now they say just now actually party for. Say buy number 237. Over pay who? Me dem pay am pay who? We jam 137 million. Yama mean fee 9. In fee 9 me buy me bua konta. Aka 88.
Yes.
They aka na fa hen. Figures because the 1997 figures.
Yeah.
It's nothing to write home about.
But me by and the general secretary, one of my role was to mobilize resources and make sure that the party machinery runs.
Just talk about the general secretary position. Talk about the rest.
But you say the general secretary is the most important in the structure.
Talk about the team.
Because Martin also said open general secretary.
Maybe I can't be a Sancho.
Mr. Matti.
That's what you're saying. I'm telling you.
Mabusa, when I win you.
Oh, now the Bibiana is me. So now we say be Busa Imano. Some Busa why in how do Busa them the Miano, yes, sir. The MA patch and say,
yes.
This current crop of executives have failed and have failed abysmally.
Okay.
You've seen McMahon in 2008.
Yes.
Whereas national chairman who took the party from power to position, just decided not to contest again. On him to Biden Unyare. The party voted against him. We won't be as you went from. You were there as a committee, not as a as a committee.
Yeah.
And your task was to take this party to break the 8. That's normal kind of one. Breaking the 8.
Yeah, breaking the 8.
Yako, yet man breaking 8. No. The other two and was what's at. Yes, I take by 5 seats. Whom it didn't know if it's a party and who could you. I don't want to be my general secretary. I don't want to be my chairman. Party in Pana. Don't let us try and don't let us try and play with these things. Politics, we are talking about people's lives. Go for that 170 canon. And go for 170 canon. But 4 years they only pay the woo. Yes. 4 years they only pay the woo free Ghana. Only pa I had them because of see election way. The moment file election near grow. Me say party constitution can say your aim every 4 years is to win power. Once you lose, you are out. It doesn't matter the skill that you have. You can go and tell the party members, so much you. What you say?
Yeah.
But buy the board on board, I don't think anything for more before. And I don't want to say also why party you want to party and say why the BBI. So time to do your John Deere free 169.
About 137.
That was his downfall. No, on the prime is one of managing it. It matter. Assemble, Mr. Politician Biano, you are judged by results. Nanado dear code 2008 or whatever. Party is finding Kobu.
But the party didn't judge him. Almost signed the Nico.
Nanado, Mammy catch of me. He told me personally he wasn't going to contest again.
After 2008?
Yes. By party for some the buy. Even 2016 now, person but for some the buy. Because party felt said he win election with him. But left to him, and I do cannot have to come with you. What do you say? That's our introspection. Look, I mean, what's the point? What do you say? Yes, we need. What do you say? That I know could be mid-60s.
Yeah.
What do you say? Why you policy for almost 30-something years of his life? Adding, you know, you wanted to buy out. Need me buy. It's a party for no call. No sense of how mad they are. Say no be any assembly. Near going as massa. Now we are we are swatting him. It must have baby 10 power for money and so on. A party now. Okay. Be determined. And so not yet. Yeah, today my.
Sani Pafofrono can likely be Eugene Boakye entry.
And yeah, party for.
And then you know party for. So okay, Obi, what happened to us in the just ended elections? I think we would need the likes of Lord Comey to fail in the national chairman position. He understands the rudiment of the game. He's risen through the ranks of the national hierarchy, a good communicator, organizer, intelligent, multilingual, and someone who speaks with hope, vim, and vigor. Obi dia odiaba enono. This one says, Obi, the apathy and division in the NPP started from Parliament in 2022 when Honorable Eugene led a team of 80 out of 137 MPs to demand the removal of the finance minister from office. Clearly, Honorable Eugene in his utterances and media interviews during that period in 2022 washed all the dirty linens of the NPP government in public. He failed to exhaust internal remedies even before going on into the media space to say all manner of things against the president and the finance minister. No matter how valid the request to oust Ken Ofori-Atta was, the approach was totally unacceptable and painted the NPP government in a certain way. Ken must go cost us. Obi, Eugene Boakye benefited from this government as Deputy Minister for Works and Housing from 2017 to 2021. During that period, he did not see that Ken Ofori-Atta and President Akufo-Addo were a problem to begin, but began to realize same when he was removed. Quite interesting. Obi, kindly ask him, what was his contribution towards the 2024 campaign? How many campaign rallies did he attend? How many polling stations and communities did he visit? How many people did he convince to go and vote? How many grassroots people has he supported? How many NPP people has he empowered? Obi Eugene is part of the problems. His runs in the media will do the NPP no good. Elections are over. The blame game won't help us. Let's heal and move forward. The youth of the party are deeply wounded. His likes should keep quiet. Kwesi Boakye Jr. Esquire. And Odiwe Abba. Yeah.
Sir. Kenyan service was totally ignorant of what he's saying. Hey. And he shouldn't be writing like that.
I didn't hear.
No, only what we've been through. When people said, I didn't come here today to discuss President Akufo-Addo or Ken Ofori-Atta. I've never stated anywhere that President Akufo-Addo is a problem. Everyone I can't say no. Eti me as an MP must swear an oath of allegiance to the Republic of Ghana. On words of oath, preserve, protect, uphold, and defend the Constitution. No, not be koso. Na a person come president, not president's own way. Me take a decision. It's a not be a problem. Everyone can say President Akufo-Addo a problem. Everyone can say that. Me say President is sending me finance minister. And I will say it today. I will say it tomorrow. And will be I say let's lose 60% of the blame is on the economy. Nobody can really say that. It is something okay can say no. Me, I was not removed. I served my full term. Ghana for someone table for. Don't be using words. I was not removed. President Akufo-Addo made me a minister for a first term, and I served my full term. Second term, one reappointed me. Yeah. That's not when I was removed. Bro, for when I'm touching on the I was not removed. I served my full term. So no one can only served in 2021. 2022 or 4 before. I was removed. Bro, from someone else, I don't be using it. I was not removed. I served my full term. Yeah. Can you understand that? Don't be want to remove me. I was not sacked. I was just reappointed. Yeah.
Two different things.
Yeah, why can you say I was removed? And when people write these things, you begin to question themselves. Who what's your role in this party? Man, me party for. How do I have to come and disclose all that? Do I have to come and sit here and say my will be 20 cities, my could 100 cities? And over some I was not a candidate in the election.
Yes.
It's not I don't know what I'm Minko Subin. Nanko I said, Nipan Croy, maybe outshine na. Was that what they were expecting me to do? Then it's over pinche Subimra. They shouldn't tell me what to do. Me a seasoned politician. I lost and I packed my bags. You need power from Omaya Juma. Someone peps our piece no more subina. And on visa, as I call, now call you on Bibi Magic, now say, me can that's not my style. The delegates made a choice, I respected the choice. I'm a Democrat. I moved on. A dear rule, I demand money. Dr. Bamian from say Eugene, come and be my fundraising chairman. I'm saying, a dear will be on my baby. I don't say they made the Tiffany agree. No, sorry, no, Tuka, no, be a man, no, the campaign. I bring parliamentary candidates for every constituency of Muyo Majuma. You want run my flag bearer and running me to almost Namuyo Majuma. A dear name will be my money. Mibusau. I went to Subin in 2016. I gave President Kufuor, me kwani atun for me Kufuor me election pre no. Ono boy as the election pre. Me Kufuor 78%. 2016, 2017 man 75%, 2020. Records ne go. Yamma djuma meye, yamma djuma me na bochi kan no. Ukoko fo so bi do mo abedla do always be abedla say atebe be answer. And for people to be writing these things, they don't understand the dynamics of politics. Me nyina ba bia se me nyina be ka se Kufuor do. Eye problem nyam be tuameka. Me kan be bia da. As man many president can say on second. And me kan. But why did I say it was a problem? I don't person ya na mo dey sim no mo be say nipa nu. Why did I ever stood say but obi or the party election preneur party election winning about president 2 terms no a problem. Yes, all move weekend any account once any kind. And then you be come back and me say ye we Kufuor here president be okọ. Ya so Muhammad in. Ma Muhammad be discuss Kufuor na Kerefurata. Obi any my views on it. Since 2022 now all can.
Yeah.
But people should not be using words as if I was removed. Man ko bokro no. Anka benki nyame. Anka mo samepa man ko bokro no. I really went there and did my best for my nation. The president felt that I could only serve 4 years under his administration. 4 years he gave me, 4 years I was out, he brought somebody else. And I'm grateful to him. More beyond try to stand somewhere and start throwing words I won't tell you. Say removed. Say the Ubiako bokro no be a unity. What kind of choice of words no? Please. We are serious party here.
Mate. We say Obi Afenyo won primaries in 2008 but was not allowed to contest. How do you let MPs that won orphan constituency for the first time for the NPP contest for parliamentary primaries? We lost all 17 of those seats. An example is Amasaman, where a former MP for Tema Central, Ninoy, Eves Hansen.
Because seat we need that.
Yeah.
Not for the first time. What we need. You put the person. Adom should be a adesso. Upper West Hachim, Upper West Hachim, adesso, sure. Sir, you really start sitting there.
Yes, or Baby
Winnie Mine. You're my corner post.
They're not a deputy transport minister.
Yes.
No? Yeah.
The other day I be a Masamai. So I need we need a winning for the first time. You see, there's a party in the person.
No, on my corner post and will be an Amame contest. Two different things.
Whatever it was, the man corner post. Yes. But Michelle says, send the all canon. Ninoy has made a very, very, very poignant point. Because say you will be cool in the city for the first time. I say protection man could be you. And you can say giants has one primaries. What you say?
Yes.
Yes, or could you not hear the when people start talking about SOBIA and the Democratic Party is wrong. And the democracy, a former regional chairman, Eastern Region, and a young kama, the funny crazy.
Yes.
What's it possible or the democracy, but was size 6, you're size 10. Remember, I said, you're protecting the baby, you're protecting the what do you say? And the judge means I'm protecting us. And so do a say, do her, see a jam will say you too. Why do you do that? Why do you do selective application of the rules? JH Mason, you're protecting against a American in 2008, 2000 whatever 5 as I saying. A duo say a do show what you make two no. My home majority leader. What you say? Sometimes no man I question say as a party and transit me and share and no man best corner boy am wine the aboying. Maybe if you're going to go off on this tangent, then people must be careful. People must be careful.
Honorable Mame Nase na Yemfense, I think we've spent quite some time.
I've also enjoyed myself.
Yeah.
And then me and I'm a we be canalist. Apart from this book you be can say more on tia. They should just ignorant of stuff and they shouldn't be parody stuff. Where have I stood to accuse the president of being a problem? Why? Why would I say that? Why would I say that? I disagree with the president on Kenofurata. And I made it known. But me never be anka asem na wo ka no. My fancy, you will be on 7 million for town. Yes. Oh, posterity has been fair to me.
Okay.
And that's it. Yan hosa, mo be anka for be a ubi ama.
Obi nso say opese will clarify bibi mano.
That's fine.
Or say now we are in opposition and we need to open up. Is it true that there was a rented private jet at the airport we were paying for every hour under President Akufo-Addo?
Now, we are small busami.
I don't know.
Because it was on your president.
Yeah, on your
president. Say, Uncle Busa NDC for say, Sans Seminole Cano. Say, President Akufo-Addo high jet. And I was saying, get you, I said, what you so few human, but one year in almost 5 evidence. Oh, you see, yeah, yeah. But sometimes, you know, na Akufo-Addo only president, could see we are saying you. And that's my hammer.
Yeah.
And we try the classmate be a year group platform. So say President Akufo-Addo to Lexus 200,000 2016, 2017 was on TV that. And then my mama about to car $600,000.
Yeah, but some almost say you know one personal.
That's all the president. The president, that's what personal. The president, we president, president be any mumasa.
Can't know what to answer.
And I make catch will say, send any kind of home. I feel no. It's politics now. Yen yes, I read who be president. No more be used to dear. Me if I make my young commodity. What I say? Oh, you put that mine no. Akufo-Addo better car $1 million. Na den. On that mine no. Car Akufo-Addo be kwa na. Akufo-Addo work on the cars and knows what they call. What I say? Eh, yes, I know. I say, who was the president better to messenger be home? Oh, you president for God's sake. I don't know what to anybody to man. It's about his safety. What I say? It will be can say and my Akufo-Addo took 200,000. Man, it's anything. It's anything. You know what I mean?
No, that's also share the resource envelope of the country.
Oh, resource one.
That's the Obia insatiable needs anyway.
The president took time.
Yes.
Na presidential jet or no. It means Freddy Pono Moko. No high jet, not the choir. We any news. The president for jet on so the bushman for which being in a goom and on the could see Bermuda and all holiday now walk on the yard. We know by Adrian. Na so two choir baby. Na president get be nipa be 50 na ekọ president get me for the 50 no high be na ga hold the kwa one be no where enkomo are we going to dictate how the president should travel? Eh massa obi nipa go be the president be no say that for mo obi an na mo be the president na the comfort o two kwan it was high plane it TNT be da na no man TB da ga na ebi ni na no man ga na high t ebi ne president plane na wafa I so high plane yen so come. So what's the one more abanom dom so mo high plane, but nanti free aqua America, one nanti one year home.
Is it Obi? As much as this unprecedented electoral defeat pains us, we should be careful about how we watch our dirty linen in public. Yeah, so yes, we have the choice to go about this in a way and manner we feel we want, but we should be careful that this is the only party we have, and some of us are yet to get what some of them have benefited from the party, as this same party has made them. My Ejumakon Kromein people will say, quote, we open the wound to treat it well to heal, but how we open the wound will determine how fast it would heal. Please tell Honorable to be patient. I'm enjoying him. Okay. Also then, thank you. Kwekunowa, Village Secretary, Ejumakun Ekutuase, Nyametiase.
Village Secretary.
Yeah, Village Secretary. Ejumakun Ekutuase. Atofos constituency. Charlie. We say Obi. Honorable Eugene shouldn't mind Kwesi Boakye Jr. He okay, Kobe from Sowutum. Fancy na.
We'll do it again.
Yeah, Honorable. I think it's been fun.
It's been fun.
It's been fun. But that's a pa. Now,
but so tricky. Me na man feel.
No. Oh no, masa. Oba to contest any national executive position. I think you would also excite your party base.
Of course.
Yeah.
And I mean,
from national chairman to organizer to secretary, any of those positions.
Yes, we have to, because you see, this Singapore we have mobile.
Yeah.
8 years in power, all of a sudden you're back in the position, and you're better. And you see, that's why I'm saying, sir, the BA do know. Nobody's yes in the sea. Me today I came here and I made a vow. Said me camp as the Akufo-Addo me kurata. Ma kani nyina ebi ni bi aka me be ka. And the mama na president. You wa assembly mama na say the kono so. And no more obeye. E be go ko ma ka what ni fie. Is it one na ho? Onye president bi. Why would you come here and stay and discuss it?
Yeah.
But they're not many argument, maybe who's having arguing. But I've never stood anywhere to condemn him publicly. No. Why would I do that? What I say? Men yes, sir. Why you mammy? He's made me minister. The person 33 the person made ministers. What I say? Yes, around the world, in Ghana. I remember the who said Bobian on any mistakes. Say on any person. It's been in Yagram car and like a time. Liberty discourse no kakra. What do I say? Yes, I'm here over the BBA Kabian, you come on mine, you come here. What do I say? And I give you an offer. What you ground me bow and offer. What do I say? Yes, why would I publicly denigrate him? What do I say? I didn't know when I'm in Yagra. Say, no, officer, I knew I tell you, no problem.
Okay.
What do I say? Well, me, I attempt. Okay. Me can't be a problem. Me can't be a. And it's very painful when a normal one can be the show. They make one recording in our yes. And you will be that
very well. Honorable answer that say
sound. And now can test will be say program.
And I say the amount food stream into a bar. No one ya kwanya year no. The all can say when you know can nipa question kwan better say one can be no because obi nsem kan say ntia no. And you be him. Obi nsem kan say. So obi him man ka we on fa we ma. Oni pa ya bono pa. Wa sheda. Oh yes. Only media na adba men ka Ghana ha him fa be ka say be go problem. Men kan say men kan be ada. Media me position can I will die with it and I will live with it and I taking the same decision. Okay. Don't tell us one problem. Okay. What do I say? I'm a politician. Okay. And I will do anything for my party to win power. What do I say? Don't tell us what problem. What do I say? Very well. Say and this force me someone unya say. All right, that's the Honorable Eugene Boakye entry, former MP Subin constituency, and I'm attending Ekosiisen so ni higher sempa 94.7 FM. Would end with this beautiful one from Robert Kelly, The Storm.